Ha ha ha! You simpleton! Falling for the old pile of treasure out in the open trap. You and your race are a bunch of greedy, brainless fools. Sure, bring that up and throw it in my face. I am known as Balzorn, King of the Swamp. Insults are a good way to get killed. True.
Приветствую тебя, страж. Это башня воспоминаний, а я ее старший мудрец. Теперь понимаешь? Все, что было, хранится здесь. Ничто не скрыто от нас. Здесь хранятся воспоминания героев разных эпох. И ты можешь войти в эти воспоминания. Одно предупреждение, страж. Эти воспоминания не сон. Если погибнешь там, умрешь и в реальности. Конечно, у торговцев. Они ниже, в подвале. Разумеется, тебе нужно развернуться и идти в ту сторону, куда я сейчас смотрю. Увидишь люк, который ведет в подвал башни. Спустишься, узнаешь.
Здравствуй, страж. Я помощник старшего мудреца. Я помогаю старшему мудрецу изучать воспоминания. Здравствуй, страж. Обычно здесь находятся ученые башни. Большинство здесь ради исследований. Но кроме ученых, в башне часто бывают искатели приключений. Здравствуй, страж. Я помощник старшего мудреца. Не совсем так, ведь я могу наблюдать за работой старшего мудреца. Да, но есть и плюсы. На этой работе можно научиться многим интересным вещам. Здравствуй, страж. Обычно здесь находятся ученые башни. Большинство здесь ради исследований. Но кроме ученых, в башне... Здравствуй, страж. Разумеется, посмотри по сторонам. Видишь двух мужчин? Да, поговори с ними. Все узнаешь о товарах.
Привет тебе, страж. Конечно, здесь ты найдешь лучшее оружие и доспехи.
Здравствуй, страж. Конечно. Сейчас посмотрю, что есть в архиве библиотеки. Я летописец. Я записал все известные легенды Тедоса.
Позади меня находятся воспоминания о шпиле Малшаро. Войди в воспоминания, и ты узнаешь.
Древние легенды рассказывают о существовании второй крепости, которая находится глубоко в море Аш. Как ты знаешь, Астагар был построен империей для защиты от варваров Хасиндов. Вместе с тем, Маал-Шаро имеет более зловещую историю. Легенда гласит, что на пике власти империи она была внезапно атакована. Никто не знал, откуда был нанесен удар. Атака принесла волны ужасных существ. Духи, вырванные из своих земных тел, оскверненные души давно умерших воинов. Потребовалась объединенная мощь имперской армии и третьего архонта, чтобы остановить эту атаку. И когда волна нечисти была отброшена, воины Террентера увидели страшное зрелище. Ужасный демон, родившийся из хаоса, появился в нашем мире. Пожертвовав собой, третий архонт смог запечатать демона в шпиле Малшаро. Впоследствии все дороги, ведущие к шпилю, были уничтожены, чтобы никто случайно не выпустил демона на свободу. Такова память об этой печати. Ты видишь разрушенные дороги вдали? Иди по дороге. Я буду направлять тебя в этом путешествии. Вы прошли по разрушенной дороге и оказались в крепости. Армия Теллендера сражается с водой демонов на мосту. Все верно. Иди вперед, прорывайся через укрепление и войди в башню. Вы преодолели укрепление крепости и прорвались в донжон. Сейчас имперская гвардия пробивается к верхним этажам. Вам стоит к ним присоединиться. Имперская гвардия – это сильнейшие воины Теллендера. Вперед, доберись до верхнего этажа башни.
Благодарю тебя за помощь, страж. Перед тем, как вернуться в башню воспоминаний, прими дар. В сундуке возле сигнального огня лежит могущественный артефакт. Возьми ключ.
Позади меня находятся воспоминания о нападении арросианцев на Денери. Вы можете войти, но прежде чем вернуться назад, вы должны будете полностью пережить тот день.
Врата Денерима осаждают арресианцы. Помоги жителям. Когда арресианская армия падет, ты сможешь покинуть эти воспоминания. У выхода есть сундук. Из сундука можешь забрать фрагмент воспоминаний. Улицы Денерима опустели. Все горожане, способные держать меч в руках, защищают ворота.
Славная была битва. Мегрен этому не обрадуется. Мне нравится эта идея. Теперь мы будем преследовать бежавших арресианцев. Здравствуй, страж. Новости есть. Кажется, Мегрен с остатками армии укрепились в крепости на этой горе. Да, но сначала нужно к ней пробиться. На пути к крепости довольно много арресианцев. Вижу, ты догнал нас, страж. Видишь, крепость на горе. Хороший вопрос. Когда будете готовы, возглавят атаку. Отлично справились. Остались только Мегрен и его личная охрана. И в самом деле, за Фералде. Главная была битва. Мы сделали хорошее дело. Фералден будет помнить тебя, страж. В награду я могу предложить тебе артефакт. Открой сундук, что стоит возле выхода, и возвращайся в свое время.
И меня находятся воспоминания о Первом море. Совершенно верно. Входи на свой страх и риск, страж.
Страж – это битва в мертвых рвах во времена Первого моря. Совершенно верно. Поддержи совершенного Эдукана и легион гномов в этой битве. Прежде чем ты уйдешь, возьми припасы из саркофагов, которые стоят неподалеку. Внутри ты найдешь луки и стрелы, которые не будут лишними при встрече с архидемоном.
Страж. Признаюсь, я был удивлен, увидев тебя здесь. Разумеется, всем лишь плод этих воспоминаний. Что ж, архидемон убит, и порождения тьмы больше не будут нас беспокоить. Да, по крайней мере сейчас. Теперь я должен вернуться на глубинные тропы. Почему? Потому что мне нужно собрать свою армию воедино. Видишь сундук возле двери воспоминаний? В нем ты найдешь мощный артефакт из этого воспоминания. Возьми его, страж. Кроме того, можешь заглянуть в склеп слева от меня. Древний саркофаг. Все, что в нем найдешь, можешь взять себе.
What can I do for you, stranger? What can I do for you, stranger? Count Bronze needs help with the haunted castle. You can speak to Count Bronze over by the fire. He has the details. Take care. There are some nasty critters out there. What can I do for you, stranger? Elric over there is looking for some help. Talk about a brooder. He obviously has some deep-rooted issues to talk about. Perhaps you can help him. Take care. There are some nasty critters out there. For you, stranger. I hear Kane at the end of the bar is looking for help. He is a disturbing fella. Those eyes of his make me think of death. It ain't right. It just ain't right. Take care. There are some nasty critters out there. What can I do for you, stranger? I got nothing else for you. Maybe later.
You spoke to the bartender then? I have returned to my family castle and found it completely overrun. Evil, creatures of nightmares, terrible things. Please, please help me. I can reward you. Let me give you directions and you can go there directly.
Gathered here today, friends, so we can speak of genocide. Dark must be rid of light to exist. We must annihilate all bringers of light. Ah, I barely begin my sermon and some light bringers enter our domain. Our reign can begin here. Kill them!
Count Bronze found someone to take on his dilemma. I was a servant of the Bronze family. I have been planning this for quite some time. My family has been serving people for over 100 years. It is not a future I plan to pass along. It is easier to take than to work for what I want. I've been preparing myself through my arcane studies for this time. I will not stop with this estate. I will crush this whole province, and I will start with you.
You have returned. Did you clear out the castle? Thank you so much. Please accept this humble thanks.
Hello, friend. I hear tell of a place called the Sunken Ruin, with some strange things going on there. I can tell you the location, and you can go there directly. Be wary. I hear the Sunken Ruin gained its reputation after some evil necromancer took over and began to perform some strange rituals in the bowels of the ruin. The Sunken Ruin is located in the middle of the flooded forest, another place of ill repute. It is said that it was once a lush forest that became flooded, and many elves died in the flooding. Good luck. Here's the way to go. Perhaps you can help me. I am seeking an ancient crown that belonged to my people. I know of a location called the Ruined Forest that may have a temple containing the crown. The name is deceiving, and actually refers to a forest that has many ruins in it. It is said there is a temple that was protected by stone creatures that may contain the crown. I am an artifact collector, but not a crazy one. I have not been able to find anyone that would accompany me to the ruin. If it contains creatures that are rumored, I would not have a chance against them by myself. I think it would be easier to pay someone else to retrieve the crown. One last thing, the crown is said to be cursed, so be careful, friend. Let me show you on your map how to get. Did you find the crown? This I did not expect. Was there other artifacts? Thank you, Grey Warden. Are you familiar with me, sir? I noticed you staring at me. Ah, yes. I believe I remember now. Perhaps you would like to undertake another quest for me relating to the ancient elven ruin quest. I need someone to retrieve a sword for me. It is no light-hearted task, though. The sword is a sister sword of the one I currently own. It is now in the possession of a demon lord. Are you still interested? The first clue to where the demon may be is where the three sisters are known to dwell. I only know of them by reputation, and it is said they are formidable opponents. Yes, I will teleport you to the general location once you are ready to go. It is in the foothills of the Frostback Mountains. You may keep everything else you find. I only want the sword. Are you ready? After you have disposed of the three sisters, you must find the Dwarven King's tomb. It should be somewhere in the same area. Once in the Dwarven King's tomb, you will have to search to find the sword. I have no more information. Prepare yourself. I will teleport you now.
Yes, may I help you? Why, my job, of course. I am the caretaker of these dwarven tombs. What can you possibly mean? Undead in a tomb? Quite. Look, I know what has happened. I have no other place to go. My family has been the caretakers of this tomb since I can remember. Yes, an evil necromancer has come into the tombs and has brought all kinds of nasties to take up residence with him. He is a mystery to me. There used to be rumors of a portal to the Fade here. I believe he has been trying to reopen this portal. Then you must take the key in the chest at the foot of my bed. It will unlock the north tomb door. The west tomb key was stolen, and my bet is that it has been taken somewhere into the north tombs.
I have made it here to aid you after all. Apparently, the three sisters were controlling the ward. On their demise, you have enabled me to come. Yes, we shall enter these tombs together and find this foul demon.
What the? A surfacer down here? You are quite right. Please enter. You must go speak with our mayor. Do my eyes deceive me, or are ye real? I am the mayor of this fine dwarven hold, Atlas Tag, an island unto itself. I have not seen surfacers for as long as I can remember. Darkspawn and other vile creatures is all any of us have seen for decades. All of our main access to the deep roads were blocked years ago through avalanches. Aye, that be true, but we have no tools to cut the stone, and without those we are as trapped as ye would be. How did you find us? Ah, it would be magic that brought you here. Can you get back? I wonder if we can use the device too. What would motivate you to come through a magic device? A key? We've been charged with keeping a key safe. This may explain why we have had such an increase in evil entities around here as of late. It was a strange run-in, as with you. A kindly old man claiming to be lost in the tunnels, but refusing to stay with us. Perhaps. You seem trustworthy, but how can I be sure? Will you give me a map to the magic device? All right. I had a strange feeling about that old man. He was kind but not right at the same time. The key is in a chest in my home. Yes, follow me. Would you care to trade some items? The key is in the chest in my bedroom.
Finally, I opened it. What? Ulrich, I was forewarned you might try and use this portal. No matter. You die now. Come. I summon demonic help from the Fade. Adal Nathrak, Deathnel Denbe. Aid me now!
Impressive, mortal. You have made it to your goal, after all that I have done to prevent you.
He is Ariok, Knight of the Swords, the patron god of my people. He fears what I can do once I get the sword.
It means, mortal, this sword you pursue belongs to me and my allies. This sword crosses many universes and has many forms. In the wrong hands it can do things we would prefer it not do.
Yes, if they die and I play any part in their deaths, it will banish them permanently from this realm. Otherwise you can kill them, but they will come back. You had no reason to believe me until now.
Ah, so you have decided to help Ulrich? That's the spirit! We fight!
Ты так легко от меня не отделаешься. Не шевелись!
Сражаешься с Кунари!
Мне это кажется. Или ты вправду думаешь, думаешь, что у тебя есть шансы?
Summon the last of my allies. Behold the king of the swords. Mabelode. Mabelode. Here are the ones who would steal your sword.
Excellent. You have found Spirit Slayer. Yes, this is the twin sword of my own, Demon Slayer. Thank you. You are indeed honorable. As you see, the swords are now merging into one more powerful sword. Another reason the gods of the swords feared this moment. Your help has been invaluable. I am a pawn in a game of gods of law and chaos. I have business on another plane of existence.
Ah, the Grey Warden. I have had many years to learn to see. Yes, there is a noble family in the Frostbacks that is having trouble with the wildlife. It is bad enough for them to send me for help. You could accompany me and perhaps stay a day or two, at least until the issue is resolved. Excellent. We must stop by my camp first. It is about halfway to the castle. It looks like there's someone up ahead. We must be careful. I have had some people following me for weeks, but we cannot go into this now. Hurry! We must get to the castle. Prepare yourselves. It looks as if the weather is upon us. I was being followed some days ago. It must be the ones who followed me. It has to do with business I conducted a couple of months ago. My trade is as a mercenary. It often results in issues with employers. It is none of your concern.
Oh my! Hurry, come in out of the storm. Were those wolves out there attacking you? Come, meet my father and warm yourself by the fire. Please, follow me.
Have you come with Cain to help? Perfect, for we have much need. Cain, thank you for bringing some help from the tavern.
No other men would come. They heard of the strange occurrences and refused to join me.
Funny occurrences that all revolve around your arrival, Cain.
Those quick to point the finger often have reason enough, Nico.
For one thing, there's been an unusual amount of wolf activity in the area the past few weeks. There's no reasonable explanation. We barely saw any wolf sign when we moved up here 2 months ago. Ah, here's my guards. So what have you found out there on the grounds?
Plenty of signs of wolves. We can hear them baying all around us, but the storm is preventing any attempts to track them.
I agree with this stranger. It's too dangerous to try and track these wolves in this weather. Then let us wait until morning. We can put together a hunting party and rid ourselves of these pests once and for all.
One other thing, Baron. We found a dozen or so bodies of some sort of cult ripped to shreds by the wolves a few hundred yards from here.
What could drive these men to be out in weather like this? Yes, Cain. What or who could those men be searching for, do you think?
Perhaps an old fool that asks too many questions.
I warned you, Baron, that there were signs in the stars that bringing in strangers from the storm would bring us danger. When we found Cain nearly frozen to death, we should have left him.
Count yourself lucky I find you an old, worthless farce, Negro.
I have wisdom that could blast you to ashes, should I wish to release it. Enough! You two have been at each other's throats too long. Cain offered to go seek help and must be thanked for this, Negro.
It was the least I could do for your hospitality, Baron. I shall aid you in your quest to rid the countryside of this wolfen menace, too.
So, it is settled then. We shall proceed on the hunt after we have rested and the storm has subsided.
I appreciate your help back there at my camp. The cult of Sataki has been stalking me for some time. Let's just say I am destined to do my own thing and take things into my own hands. Sometimes, when things are not going the way I expect them to go, I make sure the path changes back to the direction I want. Not always. I work towards that end in those things.
It must have been a cold trip up here. You must warm yourself by the fire. I'll have the servants bring you something to eat.
You are brave souls for coming here. There has been a lot of strange things happening. People being ambushed by wolf-backs coming into camps and attacking people, Cain showing up in a snowstorm. Mostly just wolves. The sheer number is abnormal for any given area. It just seems the timing of his showing up corresponded with the increase in wolves. I have no proof yet, but I intend on finding it. It will be good to have an unbiased eye here to watch all of the things going on.
My servant shall show you up to your quarters upstairs when you are ready to sleep. Until then, you may walk freely around the castle ground floor. Perhaps we can get our minstrel Vingolas to do a poem if you ask.
I want meat. Do you have some raw meat for me? Is there a tune you would like to hear, perhaps? Yes, I have talent in music and poetry. He saw me perform and asked if I would like to work for him. Yes, the Baron is one of the best employers I have ever worked under. He is very generous.
Why, yes, I have a most appropriate one from the long-dead poet, known only as K.E.W. With an endless smear of my spirit's infinite soul, a reach back into timeless ages, beginning or unbegun, and see a crystal pattern, fluctuating panorama, forgotten by the gods, but unveiled to inward sight. An insane elder god, in his madness sought to build a race of mortal creatures in the image of divine. In foolish egomania, fatal folly, the artist had conspired, within this mortal image godlike perfection to contain. Blindly had forgotten that an image so conceived must embody the very madness of its deluded parent. Great cataclysmic toil, cyclopean effort did he make, to the taunting laughter of his fellows, amused to see a fool. He cluttered all the earth with his blighted handiwork, and rested in smug content with his idiot labor. In time this fool's creation multiplied all through the land, and disgusted those before them with their drivel. Content to live a worm-like existence for the pleasure of their god, who in his mindless conceit only giggled with his dolls. Yet in one there rose rebellion with this crawling in cosmic dung. No maggot hot a serpent was the son of divinity's folly. And in his hellish fury at the crooning lies of that creator, he chose to be his own master and defied this nameless god. And with his hands he slew his brother, choicest plaything. Now despair racked the broken mind of this insane elder god. For he saw the flaws within his cherished children, and recognized himself as the author of that end. This rebel he cursed in rage to bleak, eternal wandering, and gave him eyes of a killer, so all know the mark of Cain.
Stormy days. It seems we've had one storm after the other since we came up here. It's been about 6 weeks now. I've been with him a couple of years, He's a good employer. He treats us well and pays good and on time. It is. If it was not for some of the others he feels he needs to employ, it would be excellent. The necromancer is an odd one. Seems like a lot of foolishness that he cares about. Old superstitious nonsense, if you ask me. Negro supposedly has been able to calm his son, although he still rants and raves from what I've seen. We don't know. He was normal enough a couple of years ago, then a few months before coming up here he seemed to change. No one really knows. All I know is Negro showed up shortly afterwards and became his caretaker. Seemed awful convenient to me. I will come and get you in the morning when we are ready for the hunt.
Are you ready to retire for the evening, sir? So you can be ready for the big hunt tomorrow? Follow me, sir. I'll show you upstairs to your quarters for the evening.
Did you get a good night's rest, and are you ready for the hunt? I think it is crazy to hunt in this unpredictable weather, but if we do not kill the wolves, they will continue to kill all our game animals, and we will all starve. The Baron moved here because of his son. They found him raving over a man in Denerim that had been ripped to shreds. After the incident, the Baron thought maybe if they came up here to this estate, they could escape the rumors. Anyway, we need to get out to the hunting grounds. We shall split into a couple of groups. One will be led by the Baron and I, the other shall be led by Cain. You and your party will be the third. If we can clear out some of these packs of wolves, we may have a chance of survival. We shall take you to a trail on the ridge. Just follow the ridge up to a clearing. Cain and his hunting party will meet you there.
Hurry! I think I heard screaming up ahead. I have no time to explain. We must see what is going on. Hurry! I think I heard screaming up ahead. I have no
Help! Save me! Please, help before they kill me. Thank you for saving me from the wolves. I know I should never have come out by myself. I just did not want to be left back at the castle. Yes, I realize now how foolish it was to come by myself. Please, let us hurry back to the castle. It looks like another storm is on the way.
Mare, what got into your head to go out there?
I wanted to be included, Father.
Come quickly! There are wolves attacking in the courtyard again.
Hurry! You must help kill the wolves outside.
Not all of my brothers. This is not over.
Sir, there's a meeting going on in the church. The Master would like you to attend.
Strength is dwindling as each attack takes more victims, and it seems one of our number is the demon leader of these wolves hidden in human form.
Wolves are either humans that take a wolf shape, or sometimes wolves that take human form. The latter tends to be the most dangerous. They are werewolf leaders and can summon wolves to do their will. Then there are sometimes the harmless mentally ill, who are the ones that think themselves to be some wild beast.
Meaning the Baron's son, no doubt. Sorry, wizard, but your fine words cannot make a guilty man innocent.
It would not go well with the commoner to accuse my son of such deeds as these.
I accuse what we all know as the obvious choice. The one who cries out for raw meat, howls at night, free to roam as he pleases.
This old wizard has found himself a free meal ticket by telling you that he can cure your son of what ails him. Yet months later, your son is no better, and murders start to occur.
We all know your son is no harmless nut. He killed a man in Denerim, and that was the whole reason for moving up here to your estate in the mountains. We all think this has gone far enough, and it is time to take action.
If anyone lays a hand on my son, or tries to harm him in any way, I shall run him through.
Well, we will do what we have to in order to solve this issue, and whoever gets in the way is liable to find great harm done to them.
What are you saying? A month ago you were congratulating yourselves for being in the service of such a generous man as my father.
The evidence against Sonny is overwhelming. We know he has killed before, acts like a wild animal, and he is crazy. We found him wandering in the woods after the hunt. Wolves are attacking at will, yet he roams freely unharmed. He may have been out there directing their actions. During all these attacks, no one knew where Sonny was except the wizard, and he would not dare accuse his meal ticket of any wrongdoing.
That is an interesting point you have made. Here's a wizard in charge of someone that at one point seemed to act perfectly normal and suddenly becomes mentally ill. As long as Sonny is mad, the Negro has a warm bed and food. Negro's treatment for Sonny is to let him run around until he snaps out of it. Once in a while, Sonny escapes, creating some mischief, and Negro has to claim he was under lock and key to preserve his plush living conditions. Maybe Negro's mad himself, and he is using Sonny to slowly murder us all. Negro might be the werewolf himself, using Sonny as camouflage for his own actions. All the while, we chased the wrong wolf. What do you suggest we do? I suggest locking up both men and putting a guard on them. Then we can see if the murders stop.
Mark my word, you will be sorry. I am one of the few most likely to be able to protect you from this murderer and ferret it out. Think on this before you pass judgment. Cain has his own history, which we have no idea about. When did all this start? When Cain showed up. There are many a legend and story of a man named Cain, and none of them speak well of him.
Enough talk, you old fool. It has been decided. You're to be locked up, and we shall see. Have you heard enough, officer?
Yes, it is time to lock them up. Men, grab the old man in his charge. Lock them upstairs in the guest bedroom.
That old farce has been trying to divert attention from himself ever since I arrived. I cannot be certain, but he makes a promising suspect. Do you not agree? You mean his point about me? I'm a traveling mercenary. I suppose there would be questions strictly for that fact. This does not make me guilty of anything. I can agree with you on that point. In fact, anyone that is in this castle is a suspect until we find the guilty one. I guarantee you I will not get any sleep this night. I believe I shall roam around near the upstairs and keep an eye on Negro and his charge.
I cannot believe Sonny had anything to do with those attacks. No, he is a simpleton now, but he is not dangerous, especially now that Necro has been taking care of his rage issues. Yes, but it's because he lost his ability to control himself. It seemed to happen overnight. One day he was fine. The next he started raving about wanting raw meat, and then there was that terrible incident in Denerim. I wish I did, but it is a mystery as to why he changed so radically from one day to the next. We were fortunate Necro showed up and could calm him. Very little, really. He has a reputation as a man studied in the necromantic arts. He has worked in some prestigious houses, but was let go. I do not know why.
Now we shall truly see who is behind all these attacks and murders. There are too many coincidences involving Sonny's disappearances. Whether Negro's the master behind it all, I cannot say, but would not be surprised. I think she's just a young girl that lets her curiosity get the best of her at times. I know she loves her brother, but I think she is blind to the reality of his issues. With that, I certainly agree. And on that note, I shall find my way to bed. After this day, I need a good night's rest.
I wondered about that necromancer. He was always watching over the sun like a vulture.
did not seem like an ordinary relationship of a caregiver. I know he performs many different kinds of rituals in the evening. You have to wonder what he is conjuring. Yes, I believe many things will be revealed to us this evening. Would you care to hear a poem? I saw her in winter's silent cold light, clearly, with her warmth upon the sparkle of that magical crystalline night. And love I knew unspoken past, its timeless warmth, one frozen instant, eternally encased in infinite amber. But what I sensed I could not return. An instant vanished in that crystalline storm. In vain do I call through this dancing myriad of relinquished emotions, frozen fragments of time. For the moment has passed, now lost in that swirl, splintered shards of time's reflection, reflections for the winter of my soul. Yes, another poem written by K.E.W. many years ago. I shall take my leave of you now.
You have been able to observe and ask questions. What do you think of the strange happenings around here? Why do you think that? Of what things do you speak? What have you seen? My daughter has always been curious. She just wanted to come out and join us. I will hear no more of this nonsense. Come, Mare, I will escort you to your room.
I am frightened. This place is evil. Things were quiet for us until we came up here. My brother killed someone, yes, but it was an accident. He was not in his right mind. Yes, he is my only sibling. What are you saying? I do not want everything at the cost of my brother's sanity.
I believe all things will sort themselves out soon. The momentum around us seems to be quickening. We must be on our guard.
Quickly! There are beasts attacking downstairs. We need help.
Hurry downstairs and quell the attack. I will protect Moran up here.
The wolves have infiltrated the castle. Be wary and kill any that you find.
What the hell happened? I was coming to check on Necro and Sonny with the commotion downstairs, and someone knocked me on the head.
I was so foolish not to believe Necro. He warned me about you.
It certainly is all adding up. Not what I expected, but not a complete surprise either.
No, Cain. It cannot be true. I do not believe it.
Calm yourself, Mare. I will not have you crying over this murderer.
If I am a murderer, then what happened to Sonny?
I am sure you scared him off. We will find him eventually.
What do you want me to do with him, Baron?
For now, put him in a cell in the dungeon.
If you ask me, that's too good for this slime ball. I think we should gut him now.
While you lock Cain away for safekeeping, the rest of us must find Sonny. Except for you, Marianne. I want you to stay up in your room where you will be safe.
Yes, Father. Whatever you want.
I was duly warned by Necro and should have seen it. Let us find Sonny.
Cain should not have been imprisoned. He did nothing to deserve it. I am sure of his innocence. Please, help us find Sonny. He may have gone down to the dungeon. He sometimes escapes down there when he is scared.
I found them together. She had stabbed Sonny and killed him. Can't you see? She is the killer. She was trying to hide it all this time. Why would she stab Sonny? Of course I'm sure. My family, my whole family dead. I no longer have any reason to live.
A funeral song or a poem, perhaps? Or perhaps you have guessed the truth. They seldom realize until it is too late. No one expects violence from a bard. I am free to devise a trap and watch them fall one by one as they fight amongst themselves. Once I isolate my prey, my pack and I wreak havoc on them. Insolent man thinks he has dominion over this world, yet he is but a flea on my back to be crushed and eaten. I had discovered the Baron had this isolated castle, then cast a spell on his son to cause him to go berserk. Necro was my pawn in the Baron's ear to convince him to retire up here. My luck could not have been better than when the infamous Cain showed up. Another perfect diversion for my divisive ways. If the Baron had not wasted my tasty little morsel Maran, I had special plans for her, but now must settle for her dead body, whatever fun I can derive from that. You are mistaken on who is to die this day.
I see I'm not the only one to escape this god-forsaken place after all. We were set upon by a werewolf and a dozen wolves or so in the dungeon. I fought my way to the door but did not see the officer. That is unfortunate. He was a good fighting man. I would have hired him. Although I believe it would bring some excitement to my life, I have to say no. Because it's a noble cause, I prefer to avoid noble causes. I suspected the possibility, but I considered him a far-fetched suspect at best. Did anyone else survive? Like the tragedies the troubadours sing about, I would have preferred Maran to survive the affair, not only beautiful, but well-bred. Very well, may you fare better in that adventure than this one, until we cross paths again, good one.
Уничтожай меня. Заключенный должен оставаться в темнице. Заключенный должен остаться в темнице. Подтверждаю, выполнение первичной задачи провалилось. Вторичная цель — уничтожить заключенного. Меня забавляет твое высокомерие, глупый смертный. Я питаюсь твоим страхом. сильнее меня. Заключенный уничтожен. Наша работа закончена.
Hey, thanks for the help. These darkspawn aren't too skilled, but their strength comes when they are in overwhelming numbers. Wait a minute, you are from Ostagar. I remember seeing you there. Maker, you were with the Grey Warrens, weren't you? Pardon my manners. My name is Douglas, proud member of the King Kaelan's Royal Ward. It's been a while now since our defeat at Ostagar, and to be honest, I didn't expect to see any Grey Wardens out and about. I thought the Darkspawn had dragged them all underground. But here you are. Incredible. Don't you worry, Warden. I'll make sure that all the people we fought alongside at Ostagar are avenged. But now that I've seen you in action, I know one thing for sure. It's with you that I belong. Will you accept my help? Thank you. I'll make sure that you never regret this, my friend.
Pleased to meet you, my friend. The wilderness is full of darkspawn. You should be a very good warrior to survive in this place. In a still breath, after fighting all those monsters. My name is Marty, good friend, and I greet you. Sorry I can't invite you to a jar of beer or two. But we're stuck here, in the middle of nowhere, and we're running out of food. It's been a few days now that we've been chasing the remaining darkspawn in the area. We are the survivors of the Ostagar battle. We are still breath, and we will avenge our brothers and sisters that died fighting against the hordes of evil. But we need some help, badly. We were 3 companies that survived. One is under the command of Dominic, a powerful warrior. The other 2 was this one, my company, the Thunder Rangers, and the last one. Well, we don't know what happened with the last one. At the beginning, we stayed here, then we split. But Sir Kenneth, the commander of the other company, went too deep into the wilds. He is a great warrior, a very fierce human knight, I must admit that. I sent 5 of my best soldiers to investigate, but nothing. And we are stuck, looking for him and the rest of the survivors. You can find him in your travels through the wilderness. Please bring him back with us. I miss that fool. He is a good man, a great man. Don't let him get killed by the darkspawn. Many have already died. I don't want to bury more people. Well, if you find Sir Kenneth, tell him we're waiting for him. That's the best you can do for me. We've been having problems with some trained augurs that this darkspawn released to kill us. Take him down. Sergeant Jordan will give you more information about it. Be careful, friend. Some of my soldiers say that those augurs are using parts of a magical armor. Each one has a piece. Maybe if you kill them, you can take the armor and use it for yourself. Magical objects are always good to fight darkspawn. Take care, my friend, and good luck. Don't let those bastards kill you. Hey, stranger. My name is Thordine, Sergeant of the Dwarf's camp. I'm pretty sure that you came here for some supplies. Am I right? Yes, thanks for asking. There are some augurs that truly is scared of soldiers. If you can kill them all, I'll give you some money. Think about it. Greetings, my friend. I'm Commander Dominic, leader of this camp of survivors. We've been here for months now, since the great defeat in Ostica. Our initial goal was to defeat the remaining darkspawn in the wilds after the battle and search for any other survivors. But I'm afraid that the things are not going so well. Our main group is split in the wilds to look for the survivors and kill the darkspawn. Marty is a great friend and a great warrior. He has his own camp far away from here, deep in the wilds, and I know he's okay. But I'm afraid for Sir Kenneth. He's always been a great friend for me, and an awesome warrior, and he offered himself to establish a camp near to the Grey Warden ruins. It's been almost 2 weeks now, and there is no sign of him. I truly want to go look for him, but we've been attacked so many times. I can't take the pressure right now. It's very difficult. Sir Kenneth saved my life many times during many battles, and I want to offer my hand back, but I can't. It's very, very hard for me. Please, noble hero, if you can try to go to those ruins and find him, I'll be infinitely grateful. Of course there is. If you bring him back safe, I will pay you the rescue. Don't even say that, please. Just hurry, adventurer. I know you can bring him back. I have faith in you.
What are you doing here, my friend? You should pull yourself safe. This place is infested. Oh my. Those darkspawn killed Jan and Gabriel. Those were good men. They had family, children to take care of. I shall bury him properly. But first, who are you? And thank you so much for helping me dealing with those darkspawn, my friend. You seem to be a powerful warrior. Well, very pleased to meet you, and thanks again. those darkspawn don't deserve any kind of mercy. You look quite familiar. I've seen you before, believe it or not. Yes, you lit the fire during the Battle of Ostagar. Me and some of my companions saw you in that moment and the terrible betrayal of the Tainted Loghain. So you are a Grey Warden. It's always so good to meet a Grey Warden. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm Sir Kenneth, captain of this cool legend. We defend the innocent and we make sure to teach a good lesson to the bad guys. That's if they survive. My legion is all buried now. One by one I had to bury them with my own hands. They were good friends, most of them with family to take care of. I wonder how's my family? Not slept since a few days now, thinking about my wife, about the rest of my family, about the other groups. Do you know anything about Dominic or Marty? Commander Dominic? Excellent news, my friend. I bet he's very nervous up there in the camp. Could you tell him that I'm alright? Thank you. Now I must return to my task in this camp. We suffered so much loss.
Welcome back, adventurer. Any news from Sir Kenneth? How's the quest going? This is wonderful news. Thank you, stranger. I owe you one. Have this as reward for your efforts. Now that all the camps are safe, I think you could use some help against the darkspawn, right? That's right. What I'm saying is that you should speak with Sir Kenneth and ask him for help. Hello again. Have you killed those augurs? Or are you here for some supplies? Outstanding. Here is your reward. Thank you, good friend. Now I should go back to the work, and thanks again.
Do you need something? Of course. What do you want to talk about? Yes, I was in His Majesty's ward. As a matter of fact, I recall escorting the king when he came to greet you, and the senior Grey Warden. Was that his name? The king held him in the highest of regards, but yes, I was there when the Majesty greeted you too. Well, I was all covered in armor, you wouldn't have recognized me. No. I wish I would have been. Maybe if I had been nearby, maybe I could have been able to save his life. The king had asked me to gather a small band of soldiers to investigate the reports that the Tower of Ishal had been infiltrated by darkspawn. He also ordered me to aid the 2 Grey Wardens who had been assigned to light up the beacon. Even in his last moments, the king shows his respect to your order. A very important task. The king must have been a lot of faith on you two. Don't worry, my friend. I know you did. My company and I were making our way to the tower when we noticed Loghain forces fleeing. A lot of the infantry noticed it too. I saw with my very own eyes that the beacon was lit and he chose to ignore it. He chose to leave the king to die. I promise you this. When we find Logain, I'll be sure to pierce his throat with my arrows. Do you need something? Of course. What do you want to talk about? Thank you. This coming from someone as skilled as you is quite a compliment. Although, I have to admit, I've been getting pretty rusty. It's been a while since I've been in a hunt. As a child, yes, I used it to hunt a lot. I guess my father's love for the forest rubbed off on me. Even while in King Caelan's royal ward, I tried to prize with my bow. His Majesty will sometimes organize hunts, where he and the nobles will look for foxes and the like. The king was very competitive, and will urge me to help him track the wild beasts. He will win the most of the time, with me on his side. He was a good man. He didn't deserve what Logain did to him. Anyway, let's move on. Do you need something? Of course. What do you want to talk about? Do you need something? Of course. What? Oh, all kinds. Foxes, wolves, rabbits, you name it. I'm proud to say that I've been hunting some pretty fool beasts. There was this one time, right before I joined the king's army, where I managed to capture this tiger, a very cunning creature, I must say. It avoided me for days on end, and there was a point where I felt it was hunting me. Luckily, as smart as these creatures are, they rarely beat the cunning of men. I didn't. Once I captured it, well, I used this very elaborated trap that shot it up in the air and trapped it in this net. I stared at it and gloated. I couldn't take its life. That thing had given me too much fun to just have it killed. Well, yeah, gloated. I believe I said, "You can't beat me, you can't beat me." I made sure that I was at long distance before I shot the rope that held it up. Haha, I bet he would have mauled me right there if he had the chance. Another compliment from a Grey Warden. Thank you again. Now that you have gotten me thinking back, I remembered that as a kid, I always wanted to hunt a dragon. Just hear me out for a moment. I mean, that will be the ultimate hunt, don't you think? There are legends that say that those beasts possess the intelligence of men. Maybe I'll go look for one of those once everything is over and done with. Hey, yes, I've been reading these books I've gathered. You telling me I had to pay Botan a fortune to find these books for me, and then sweet talk to him to carrying this heavy mess? But it was all worth it. I've been reading these things like mad, trying to find the nearest reports of Drake liars. You know, where you find a lot of drakes, you are bound to find a dragon. All animals can kill you, although that with just one toe thing does have me really worried. Well, I found out that they have some strange mating rituals. But besides that, I found accounts of the Dalish encountering drakes southeast of Ferelden, a place called Emerald Hill. Can I ask you for a personal favor? If we're ever nearby, Will you mind if we give this Emerald Hill a visit? I just want to explore it a bit. Finally. Thank you. Without your help, I wouldn't have been able to make this hunt. And which reward I can offer to the one who helped me so much. Oh, so you want a... Okay, this is the least I can do for such a beautiful princess. But before we do something, take this. It is a magical crossbow that I've been keeping for years. I think it will be of better use to you. Take this. It is a magical crossbow that I've been keeping for years. I think it will be of better use to you.
Серый страж, твое появление как нельзя кстати. У вас довольно суровый взгляд. Меня зовут Тейлор. Не знал, что стражи бывают такими симпатичными. Выслушай меня, страж. Это очень важно. В Ферилдене недавно произошло очень сильное землетрясение. Все просто. Сразу после землетрясения из глубин озера Каленхад поднялся остров. Когда мы прибыли сюда, мы обратили внимание на какое-то странное свечение над озером. Здесь даже ночью, светло как днем, да. В середине озера появился остров. И на этом острове мы обнаружили странные статуи и люк, ведущий в какое-то подземелье. Я отправил туда на разведку отряд бойцов, но пока никаких вестей. Я думаю, что их уже нет в живых. Прошло уже слишком много времени. Вскоре после нашего прибытия здесь появилось великое множество порождений тьмы. Их будто притягивает на этот остров. Я потерял большую часть своих воинов, из тех, что ввязались в битву с ними. Талвия, командир легиона, сейчас ведет бой с этой нечистью. Поторопись, страж, поддержи Талвию в этой битве и посмотри, может удастся найти доспехи, что достались нечисти как трофеи.
Серый страж, хвала Создателю за то, что привел вас сюда. Порождения тьмы лезут с этого острова. Почти непрерывная битва в течение многих дней. Нам надо сдержать их, пока из Денерима не придет подмога. Есть не очень широкая тропа, которая ведет прямо в центр этого непонятно откуда взявшегося острова. Некоторым тварям удалось вырваться с острова. У нас большие потери, и мы уже не можем их сдерживать. Дней 5 тому назад я послал команду рыцарей для того, чтобы исследовать статуи и люк. Они так и не вернулись. Мы не ожидали такого наплыва темных тварей, и поэтому попросили помощи в Редклифе. Но похоже, что там и без нас проблем хватает. Я боюсь того, что порождения тьмы могут взять верх, если мы не выстоим. А ведь и башня круга, да и Редклифф рядом. Даже страшно подумать, что тогда может случиться. Страж, прошу, выясни, что случилось с моими людьми. Я не знаю, что находится там, за тем люком, но, возможно, вам удастся остановить все это. Я не знаю, когда прибудут войска из Денерима, но мой с легионерами долг не дать темным тварям вырваться с этого острова. Желаю удачи, Серый Страж. Да поможет вам Создатель.
Привет тебе, страж. Есть какие-нибудь новости? Глянь слева от меня. Магические наковальни. Восстанавливает каждая свою часть доспеха, если положить его на нее. Все, что восстановишь, можешь забрать себе.
Ты уж прости, что я немного нервничаю. В эти края так редко забредают путники. Конечно, это мои трудности. Одна из моих трудностей. Мул испугался блуждающего огонька и убежал в чащу. Ну и что я теперь делаю? Ну да, месяц был тот еще. Позволь представиться. Феликс де Гробуа, купец и предприниматель, к вашим услугам. Серый страж? О, это впечатляет. Слово даю. Обычно я не езжу этой дорогой, но тут грянула война, и я понадеялся на удачу и хорошую погоду в горах. И не получил, увы, ни того, ни другого. Всю дорогу несчастья следовали одно за другим. Я, конечно, не очень рассчитываю, но вдруг ты захочешь помочь проезжему бедняге. Худшая из всех моих неудач — вот этот артефакт, который я купил в Джейдере. Мне сказали, что это жезл управления. Для голема. Мне смысла нет оставлять себе эту штуку, потому что я никогда ею не воспользуюсь. Но может тебе она пригодится? Да нисколько. Я просто не хочу таскать с собой штуку, которую первый попавшийся разбойник может принять за драгоценный камень. Честно говоря, я даже не знаю, будет ли тебе от нее прок. Просто я за нее слишком много заплатил, чтобы взять-то и выбросить. Гном, у которого я купил эту штуку, сказал, что с ее помощью можно оживить голема и управлять им. Пока жезл у тебя в руке, голем будет исполнять все твои приказы. Полезная штука, правда? Мне кажется, что именно тебе она может пригодиться. Подвох. Да, подвох, конечно, есть. Подвох в том, что голем не прилагался к жезлу. Голем якобы находится в деревне, к югу отсюда. Стоит себе и ждет, когда его оживят. Добраться туда я не могу. А если бы мог, то эту деревню, насколько я понимаю, захватили порождение тьмы. Зато ты серый страж. Порождение тьмы тебе не помеха, верно ведь? Парень, у которого я купил этот жезл, мой старинный клиент. Он не хотел сам отправляться в Ферилден, потому что у нас тут спокойно. Он сказал, что получил эту штуку от прежнего хозяина голема. Но, по чести говоря, я понятия не имею, сработает ли она. Потому и прошу за нее совсем немного. Ну, что скажешь? Ну и славно. Как я уже говорил, ты найдешь голема к югу отсюда, в городке под названием Хонглит. Я отмечу это место на твоей карте. Просто подними жезл и скажи «Дулевгар». Это пробудит голема, так мне сказали. Надеюсь, это сработает. Может, ты поищешь парня, которому раньше принадлежал этот голем, если, конечно, он еще там. Тогда удачи тебе. А теперь, похоже, придется мне самому искать этого мула.
Она похожа на голема, правда? Это самый настоящий голем, а вовсе не статуя. Интересно, как его угораздило оказаться именно здесь?
Клянусь Создателем, мы спасены!
Ты... разве тебя не послал Бан, чтобы спасти нас? Значит, мы тут можем просто подыхать с голоду? Бан махнул на нас рукой? Серый страж? Здесь? Хвала Создателю за наше везение. Но если тебя никто не послал, зачем ты здесь? Извини, что спрашиваю. Купец? С какой бы стати купец? А, кажется, понимаю. Это насчет Шейлы, верно? Как я сразу не догадался. Этот распроклятый голем доставил нам одни только хлопоты. Моя мать продала этот жезл много лет назад, после того, как голем убил моего отца. И правильно сделала. Моего отца звали Вильгельм. Он был магом Эрла Фредклифа и героем войны с Орлеем. И чем же он кончил? Однажды моя мать обнаружила его возле башни. Кости у него были так переломаны, что она едва его узнала. А над ним вот так же стояла истуканом эта самая Шейла. Мой отец не заслужил такой участи. Но если ты и вправду хочешь пробудить Шейлу... Ладно, она теперь твоя. Мать почти никогда об этом не говорила. Когда умер отец, я был еще совсем малыш. Слушай, я понимаю, что у тебя наверняка полно дел поважнее, но... Мне и вправду очень нужна твоя помощь. Знаю, ты уже спасла мне жизнь, и я тебе благодарен. Но там, в лаборатории, моя дочь. Она испугалась и забежала туда, прежде чем я успел ее остановить. Не знаю, как она сумела пробраться через отцовые защитные ловушки. Один из наших попытался войти за ней и погиб. Но ты же могла бы ее найти, правда? Точно не знаю. Там есть защитные ловушки, которые поставил мой отец, чтобы отпугивать посторонних. Я знал насчет барьера. У меня был к нему ключ, но вот все остальное... Ой, не надо было нам приходить сюда. Ох, не надо было. Ты же рисковала жизнью, чтобы добраться сюда. Ну так рискни еще разок. Это будет нетрудно для такой, как ты. Да, правда, не знаю. Меня страшит, что с ней случилось что-то. И она лежит там раненая, покалеченная. Я не могу уйти отсюда, пока не буду знать наверняка. Ты же понимаешь. Как оживить голема? Возьми жезл управления и скажи кодовую фразу. Или мать дала покупателям неверную фразу? Меня бы это не удивило. Она сказала, что не хочет, чтобы Шейла вновь ожила. Коли так, я охотно скажу тебе правильную фразу. Только умоляю тебя, спаси мою девочку. Правда? Хвала Создателю. Думаю, лаборатория моего отца прямо за следующей зоной. Наверняка там.
О, гляди-ка, кто-то пришел поиграть. Ты же правда пришла поиграть? Мы играем в загадки. Это самая лучшая игра. Я и Кити, конечно. Ты же больше никого здесь не видишь? В любом случае, если не хочешь играть, так уходи. Кити, ты не нравишься. Не пойду я. Кити говорит, что не может пойти со мной, а я ее не брошу. Ей будет одиноко.
Амалия, ты такая добрая. Если ты уйдешь, я буду по тебе очень скучать.
Ну, конечно же, кошка. Она просто умеет говорить, вот и все.
Говорить довольно просто. Надо только понять, как это делается. Ты не уговоришь Амалию пойти с тобой. Теперь она любит только меня. Я ее друг, а ты просто чужачка. Ничего не сделала. Я совершенно бессильна. Маг позаботился об этом, не так ли? Я не могу покинуть эту комнату. Нет, это Амалия нашла меня. После стольких лет заточения я очень рада ее обществу. Похоже, мы зашли в тупик, так что позволь мне предложить некий компромисс. Освободи меня, смертная, и отдай мне девочку. Дай нам вместе вернуться к ее отцу и навсегда покинуть это место. Смертные часто позволяют надежде ослепить себя и видят только то, что хотят увидеть. Если отец надеется увидеть Амалию живой и невредимой, может, он ничего и не заметит. В этой комнате меня удерживают охранники мага, и только смертный может приблизиться к ним. Охранников можно как-то обезоружить, но я не знаю как. Может, у тебя получится то, что не вышло у девочки?
Ой, как здорово! Китти освободится!
Да. Я чую, как магия ослабевает. О, я уже забыла, каково это. Быть свободной.
Китти, что происходит?
Чудесно, милая моя, для нас обеих. Предательство! Ты не получишь девчонку! Она моя!
Китти, ты меня пугаешь! Я не дам тебе в меня забраться, не дам!
Ты справилась. Ты ее освободила. Спасибо тебе огромное.
Папа, извини, что я убежала. Я так перепугалась.
Ничего страшного, мотылек. Теперь все будет хорошо. Больше нет никаких плохих чудищ. Если тебе все еще нужна эта чертова Шейла, то кодовая фраза «Дуглан». Только на твоем месте я бы ее не оживлял. Теперь нам пора идти, да побыстрее. Еще раз спасибо тебе. Мы обязаны тебе жизнью.
Я знала, что настанет день, когда кто-нибудь найдет жезл управления. И на сей раз оно даже не маг. Видимо, случайно наткнулась на жезл. Бывает. То есть, оно знало, что делает? Поразительно. Не помню. Сколько лет я стояла здесь и смотрела, как шныряют вокруг эти жалкие селяне. Долго. Очень долго.
Ох, бедняжка. Это, наверное, было ужасно. Ужасно скучно.
И крестьяне понятия не имели, что за ними наблюдают?
В таком случае неудивительно, что ты, голем, преисполнилась благодарности к тому, кто дал тебе возможность размять ноги.
Еще один маг, как я погляжу. Очаровательно. Я даже и к тишине начала привыкать. А что, селяне все мертвы? Значит, кое-кто уцелел? Экая жалость. Не так подробно, как оно могло подумать. Было много беготни и воплей, а потом я целыми днями смотрела, как вокруг рыщут порождения тьмы. Никогда бы не подумала, что найдется менее увлекательное зрелище, чем крестьяне. А вот, поди ж ты. Ладно, тогда валяй, продолжай. Что оно прикажет? Глубоко укоренившееся упрямство. Последний, кто держал в руках этот чертов жезл, обычно называл меня голем. Голем, подвинь мне это кресло. Будь хорошим големом и раздави этого надоедливого бандита. И не забудем, голем, возьми меня на руки, я устал идти пешком. У него ведь есть жезл управления, правда? Я пробудилась, так что должен быть. Я вижу жезл управления. но не чувствую. Давай, прикажи мне что-нибудь.
Эй!
И ничего? Я ничего не чувствую. Ничто не вынуждает меня исполнять его приказ. Вероятно, это значит, что жезл сломался. Не говори ерунду. Хотя я была бы не против убивать птиц, мерзких тварей с их вонючим пометом. Я бы их всех растоптала в кашу. Полагаю, если мной нельзя управлять, значит, я свободна? Это просто... Что же мне теперь делать? Я ничего не помню, кроме того, что много лет наблюдала за этой деревней. У меня нет никакой цели. Как-то я растерялась. А оно что скажет? Ведь оно наверняка пробудило меня с какой-то целью. Что оно собиралось со мной сделать? Могу я спросить, для чего... Могу я спросить, для чего именно я была... Могу я спросить, для чего именно я бы так пригодилась существу? Существо говорит о порождениях тьмы, тех самых тварях, что уничтожили эту деревню. Это чудовищные твари, зло, которое должно быть уничтожено. Хотя птицы все-таки хуже, пернатые сволочи. Полагаю, у меня есть два выхода. Пойти с ним или куда еще? Я даже не знаю, что лежит за пределами этой деревни. Я так долго наблюдала за этой деревней, не в силах даже пошевелиться. Но что было до того, помнится мне, мягко говоря, смутно. Понятия не имею, что мне хочется делать. Я рада, что опять подвижна. Разве этого недостаточно? Да, вполне вероятно. Убила? Я помню, что у меня был хозяин. Маг с густыми бровями, который тыкал в меня чем ни попадя и отдавал приказы. Так я убила его? Надеюсь, что убила. Быть может, последний его приказ был такой: «Голем, не смей проламывать мне голову!» По счастью, существо, зная, что жезл управления сломан, вряд ли станет обращаться со мной таким же образом. Понятия не имею. А как оно ухитряется верить другим без жезла управления? Откровенно сказано. Тогда я обещаю, что не сяду на него случайно, либо если оно само меня не доведет. Устраивает?
Ты уверена, что хочешь взять в отряд эту штуку? Она может быть опасна. И потом она такая громадная. Отличная мысль. Да и вообще уж лучше она, чем я.
Тогда я пойду с ним. Пока что. Кстати, меня зовут Шейла. Это должно быть интересно.